Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live Q&A here on Ashella Yardley's YouTube channel. Welcome to so many friends, familiar faces out there. So happy to share this hour with you.
Yeah.
If it's your first time here, welcome. What we do on these live Q&As once a week is we look at questions, audience questions, and some very interesting questions emerge. So bring your questions. If you want to ask something, please put it in capital letters in the chat. And
this would be an example. Dun, dun, dun,
there we go.
Well done.
There's a couple of announcements. We're not doing a live Q&A next Tuesday because we're going to be featured on Janine's YouTube channel.
Truth.
At the same time. So we will put a link once we get that posted, that live show ready. We'll put the link in the description box below so you can find it. Come on over. I believe it's the same time or it's an hour earlier next week. Is that right? Next Tuesday?
I think it's at 11.
Oh, it's at 11. Same time. Same time, different channel. So yeah, we'll put a link once that is up so that you can come on over and join us there. We're actually going to be doing a little bit bigger launch of our new website. Crystal, do you want to pull the website up here so people can see? If you haven't checked it out, here is our new website. We're so pleased with how things are unfolding there. And Crystal, do you want to take them to your announcement about the members social?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can use the coupon code below till the end of the year, till December 31st, to get 50% off a membership. And this is the annual membership, $55 Canadian, which we figured out works out to be about $39 US. For that price, you get all the courses. So there are now...
Do you want me to go somewhere else other than this?
Yeah, maybe check out the courses.
You're like, talk about your thing, but let me talk about my thing. Okay.
Online courses. So here is just a selection of some of the courses that are available. There's Tarot Certification Level 1 and 2, Developing Intuition, Numerology Fundamentals, The Fool's Journey, and some new ones that are coming out very soon. Expanding Forgiveness is going to be launched at the end of this month, and Financial Sovereign Freedom Part 1 also going to be launched on the 31st of December. So if you haven't accessed a membership yet, using that coupon code and getting it for half price, I encourage you to jump on over and check things out. And Crystal's doing her, because it includes all the courses, access to all the courses, meditations, and monthly socials, a membership forum.
So if you head on over to where I just was here in our more and go on down to events, you'll see that we have our first ever event coming up. Members, our first Member Sunday social this coming Sunday, the 14th. And it's absolutely free for members to join this. You can go on in, register. It says buy tickets, but it is free to come on in, and there's a lovely little write-up there about it. It's an excellent opportunity for us to come together and, you know, meet a little bit more in an intimate setting and get to know each other in a fun, warm-hearted, casual, but still sort of structured way. It's also an opportunity to spend a bit of time hanging out with me. Can't really go wrong.
Yeah, Crystal has been designing some fun activities, some you know, maybe brainstorming and some games, and just making it a real social event. So for those of you that already have a membership, check it out. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, the first one is going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and probably about an hour and a half. Yeah, it's just like such a nice opportunity for us to come together. You know, I designed these ultimately because we both work with a lot of people that one of the things that, we can't really help them with thus far in terms of our readings and our support is connecting them with
Other
friends, other
like-minded people.
people. One of the things that everybody communicates to me is I feel isolated in my community or from my family, and I'm moved by so many of you, and I'm always like, oh, I wish I could connect this person with this person and this person with this person.
Totally.
So it's a great opportunity for that.
And there is
So the coupon code is right along the bottom here, launch 50. You can see it on the banner to receive your 50% off discount off the membership.
Some people have asked, because you do need, I guess, a credit card, although I want to look in and see if you can use PayPal just to sign up. But your credit card is not automatically charged a renewal fee in a year from now. You get a notification to ask whether or not you want to continue with your membership. So please don't feel anxious that, it's going to just start charging you. We're monitoring all of this, and heaven forbid, if something goes wrong, we will absolutely refund you everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's, even with the annual membership, you have a week free trial to check it out and just see if it's something that's resonating for you. And if not, you can just cancel. So
absolutely. And it gives you an opportunity to come in, cruise around, see if it's up your alley, see all the exciting things that we have coming up. I will be sending out actual email invites, so keep an eye on your inbox from that. It'll come from Eye of the World, or perhaps Shelley Yardley. They're just working out some bugs on the website end of things there. So the invites for the Sunday Social are on their way. Please come and join us.
Yay!
Without further ado, anything else to say, Mama?
I think we're good. Let's jump into questions.
Aw. Having an online community like this one and others I've joined have helped so much, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we realize we're not the only one, but we're certainly grateful to have built this platform. It's something that I certainly have been passionate about, and we've talked about so many times before. And it's supportive for us too, right? We get to spend time with you, which is a treat.
And a one-stop shop for all of this material that I've been gathering for almost 40 years and is just rolling around in this Gemini brain of mine.
Yes, please. You guys join in, because I'm the one that's the receiver of all the information that Mother holds. So
yeah, and they don't stop, right? Like I said to Crystal, I go out for a walk and there's new stuff coming down, downloading into me all the time. And I'm like, okay, enough already.
Yeah.
Let me get all of these things.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. It is, I've had students in the past say, oh my gosh, you're like a university professor. And it's a big story of how I ended up being who I am. But yeah, I was identified as a genius as a child, and there was big plans for me in the system, and my soul had a different agenda, and I went a completely sideways route to get to where I am now. And I believe I chose that. My soul chose that so that I wouldn't be so programmed by the system. And I'm really grateful for that. But I have, a lot of intelligent ways of basically designing like a map of the landscape of different ways that different modalities, different spiritual traditions and practices, practical information, revisionist historical information about humanity's origins and so on. I've been just synthesizing all this information for 40 years, and it's come through now in these downloaded systems that are really accessible and digestible for people. So it's happening. I'm finally getting it all laid out, and there's a lot. Probably I would guess within the next 2 or 3 years, there's going to be over 50 courses on there that I've designed. And Crystal is starting to jump into and bring more of her offerings. And then at some point, I will be inviting some other of my really close friends and allies whose wisdom and information and methodology I really admire and respect will be coming into the platform too. So there's just going to be a plethora of resources going forward. And that's the intention with it.
I see that you're still trying to get signed into the website. If you need some more support with that, let us know.
Yeah, message
Yeah.
directly on the email.
I'm
So when you go to the
sure
website, you go to contact and send us an email, and
Yeah.
we're monitoring those regularly. So
Yeah.
we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's make it happen.
go for
hey?
it. Yes,
Silver
definitely.
hit $61 today. Yeah.
Yes.
Incredible. Perfect.
I've just finished doing the section in my Financial Sovereign Freedom. There is a section on precious metals, a small section, that I'm talking about just how much sense it makes to have these investments in precious metals, because they're eternally valuable and they never lose value. Over thousands of years, metals have retained, they've been exchangeable currencies. So, like I like to say, if you went to a market somewhere in ancient Sumeria 5,000 years ago, you could trade your silver coin that you got last week for goods at the market. And you can do that 5,000 years from now as well. So this is an eternal value investment that isn't just about getting rich. It's about having currency that takes us outside of this deep state system and the dark money magic that is programmed into the deep state system. So let's reclaim our sovereignty, everybody.
info@eyeoftheworld.com. That's our email, right?
Yep. There we go.
Yeah. For anyone that is having trouble signing in,
Ooh,
please shoot us an email at info@eyeoftheworld.com.
.ca.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, disregard this one here.
Oh dear. Okay.
It's not like I write it 100 times a day or anything like that.
Oh, Crystal, you're adorable.
Thank heavens.
We laugh a
Thank
lot. We have to laugh a
heavens.
lot.
Thank heavens. Yeah. So please send me an email, info@eyeoftheworld.ca. And if for any reason you can't get in, like Suzanne here or Laura, let me help you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This is also why we have discounted the membership so much at this time. We want you're helping us build this site together and fixing the bugs so that when we go bigger, hopefully people don't struggle so much with these little things.
So thank you.
So thank you for communicating that with us, and thank you for being part of our family that are helping
Totally.
us build this together. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let us start questions, and we can talk about this maybe more at the
Absolutely.
end.
Let's do it. We've got some excellent questions happening here. First one. What is the meaning and origin of RH negative? Does it indeed have something to do with the Magdalene codes and David from the Bible? And does that in turn have something to do with, wait for it, let me get, there was a follow-up.
Part 2.
Yeah. Sorry. With karmic imprinting and the frequency of your blood.
Wow. Well, it's a very important, I think, topic. I've looked at it many times over the years. I am RH negative, so it's significant for me. And yes, I'm always open to, I do believe with so many of these questions, there are several answers depending on which dimensional frequency level we're observing from. And I believe that RH negative bloodline is definitely falls into many categories, meaning that there are metaphysical reasons, there are physical reasons, there are historical reasons, there's, and they all sort of merge in some way, but they're all each independently significant as well. So let's pull the cards into the large screen.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to be done talking.
Okay. Got it. And I will shuffle, and then Crystal will shuffle.
That's how we do it. That's how we
So
do
for
it
those
around
of you that
here.
don't know, as Crystal's shuffling, Rh negative is a rare blood type anomaly where there's a certain, I believe it's a protein or an enzyme that is present or absent in the Rh blood type. And you need to have, it is a recessive, apparently, that, so they tell us it's a recessive gene. So you need to have a contribution from both your lineages in order to be Rh negative. You can't just inherit it from one parent. You have to inherit it from both. And it's quite interesting because it is potentially, it goes counter evolutionary in terms of why would it be selected as having significance, because for Rh negative mothers like myself, if we have an Rh positive child, I think the first one is okay because your body doesn't build up enough resistance to that baby's blood, but it basically identifies the Rh positive blood in the infant as being foreign, and therefore it tries to get rid of it. And I think that a lot of babies throughout history have, not come to term, pregnancies haven't come to term because that is happening. And so why would this anomaly go on and stay at its level? I just read something about this not that long ago where they did, I think it was it Neanderthal or a really ancient DNA sampling from like over 10,000 years ago, and they were saying it was the same percent. They've done all these DNA samplings, and it's about the same percent then as it is now. So what's going on? Why is it there? Why is it always there? And what does it mean? Does it have something to do with this specific bloodline? And then does it have something in turn to do with, next part of the question.
Karmic imprinting and the frequency of your blood.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hide this. I'll pop it back up after because it's taking up a bit of room.
Interesting. I think we're going to learn a lot more about this, in the near future. It's interesting that we're showing up as the 10 of Wands, Crystal, like, meaning I wonder if it came in as a response to some like challenge. It was developed out of a strain,
like survival or some sort of or
like where humanity was compromised, where there was like quite a long period of I'm getting like it was a mutation that had to do with helping us cope with something differently. And so I feel like initially it could have started as a natural adaptation, but then the elites got wind of this. They recognized, and I wonder if it was they didn't know the science behind it, but they knew the way that people who had this anomaly were immune to certain things. They had better resistance to some things, and they also had certain abilities that the general population didn't have. And
it's I find it interesting here. I'm seeing something like it's some sort of also a tie into the animal kingdom, like
Mm.
like yeah, in some way it is the closest connection to beings that are somehow connected to the animal kingdom, which
Okay.
is
Yeah. And
curious.
okay, so then if it's that and the age of Taurus and Leo,
Yeah,
because we've got the bull and the lion here,
yeah.
could it possibly have been uh yeah, it feels like we are looking at the dawn of civilization, and there's something about keeping, because I think of the Lemurian epoch,
Yeah.
and the Lemurian epoch was when our instinctual, intuitive, more not I don't like to say animal consciousness, but more of a collective consciousness
Mm.
that was more connected interdimensionally. Most people had that at that time. And then is it that as we evolved and we adapted, um, it feels like people who were isolated retained this, and people who retained it had certain abilities and immunities, and the elite recognized that. And so then you're asking about the Magdalene bloodline. So it was already by this time established that you could almost determine who had it and who didn't, and they would be protected so that some of these abilities would stay intact.
Can we get those last two on there?
Mhm.
Hmm.
There's also a mystery, I think, too. Or maybe pull that down so we can see the card. That would be great. I think there's a mystery to this, which, as much as you try to control it, it doesn't always play by science rules.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if it is a bit more like you're talking about the frequency and the magic, and I wonder if it is a bit more subtle. How this, like what we've been led to believe about it in terms of, what I just said about the recessive genes and stuff like that. I think it can literally reemerge kind of spontaneously. Um, the 17 is definitely a beautiful frequency card and number. And I would suspect even the Queen of Wands could be associated with the Magdalene lineage.
Yeah, this too. I wonder, thank you. Crystal does not make sense because the RH negative lack the animal monkey antigen. So then I wonder what, like you said, a certain level of consciousness that connects to.
Well, when I'm talking about the animal consciousness, I'm not necessarily talking about like that it's from the animal. I'm talking about that we were our own animal, but we had more of a collective, that what they say about RH negative is that we are very intuitive. We are able to tune into different frequencies, communicate through frequency, and so on, have that sensitivity inbuilt. So yeah, I mean, we're unpacking more and more. If you want to, is there more comments?
Scientists have compared human DNA from 200,000-year-old samples,
Samples.
found that humans have genetically upgraded in our DNA.
Mhm.
And approximately 200,000 years ago, human DNA received an upgrade, being reported as off-worlder aliens. So basically, we humans were created by off-worlder technology.
So I
It almost feels like that.
well, and when we say off-worlder, I want to be very aware that it's a lot closer in our we are related to them. And I don't believe that they come here in like spaceships. I believe that they come through dimensions, and they are different time and space versions of us. We are there. People say, well, I came from the stars. It's true. We came from a different time space dimension. It's not like, we even know that when you go into space and what you see shining as the star is already long gone, because it's from, hundreds of thousands of years ago. So we are looking at time and space dimensional distance. It's distance not in physical distance. It's distance in dimensional distance, which is time. And so are we created in some kind of laboratory, or is this us retaining a link to another time dimension?
What do we think about the Six of Pentacles and the potential future of it?
Well, I love that the beginning of this, folks, and the end of it are very practical. We've had all of these super, look at all the major arcana here, right? We've got the star, the Hierophant, the World, the Emperor. But the beginning and the end of this are 10 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles, which is exactly what I said. This is, almost in a way useful that it sustained and that it may flourish again, because it's time for us to utilize it. So it almost feels like it needed to, it was adapting us to a challenge, and it needed to stay with us in our DNA for about 10,000 years, but only in a small percentage. And then it will come into a larger percentage when we are ready for that. And that could be within the next 60 years. So we might see, and again, it feels like this idea, honestly, science has just really started looking at this phenomena in the last 50, 60 years. It's relatively new that it's been discovered in scientific terms. So I think there's more to learn about this. And I guess what I'm trying to say is it feels like it spontaneously shows up through interdimensionally when it's time for those frequency upgrades. So it's about the timing, and it's about what it's needed for. It's not, I don't believe that it's as mechanical as aliens putting things in a test tube and saying, we're going to experiment and create this. I feel like it's a lot more frequency based. It comes into being when there is the frequency to support it. The container, the Holy Grail is not a test tube. It's a frequency container that can sustain this. But it needed to stay with us at some level all the way through the last 10,000 years. So the deep state tried to really capitalize on it, because it was like, well, we can use that to our advantage, but it never was quite, they could never really nail it down. When they tried to do all the bloodline stuff, people ended up getting so inbred and messed up. And so the magic of it, they could never actually really materialize the magic. And it can't be materialized because it is frequency, which is exactly what your question was.
Ta-da. Would it not be that the root eases adapted when Gaia changed forms, going from electric beings, other more firm forms, to carbon, and now we're heading to crystalline?
Ooh, let's have a couple more cards on that. Yes. So it's interesting, and it's almost like as soon as you try to
understand
it, manage it, it's like this is the King of Swords is the scientist and the thinker and so when it's like really working for us, and then someone tries to like capitalize on it, use it for something like, oh, we can harness that and make it do our will, but it isn't something you can control because it's frequency, which is you don't manage it with the mind, you earn it with the soul. The soul creates the frequency. The mind, the more the mind tries to get in and dominate for advantage, then it disappears. Like that frequency goes down. As soon as we have that dominant, like, I'm going to use this, it just dissipates. So we're meant to enjoy this and celebrate it and celebrate the mystery of it too. Like, do we need to know every little thing about why it works, or can we just go, wow, it's
Working.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's working. And I feel really grateful in my own life for this and for the knowledge that there might be something to this. But the more I try to grab onto that and claim it as like, hey, I'm from this bloodline, and it's like there's nothing there. There's nothing underneath that attitude but emptiness. It doesn't serve. So I just go into the mystery and go, well, there might be something to this. My heart is open to it, and I'm going to align my frequency regardless if I have this or not. You know, we've also heard stories that it could be the opposite, that it might be the reptilian lineages. And there was a while there where it was like, oh, you know, if you have Rh negative, you're part of the reptilian elites and this and that. And for many years, probably about 15 years, I was feeling really ashamed of my Rh negative lineage. So, you know, I don't think we're meant to see it necessarily as a plus or a minus, pardon the pun, but to see it as something that has a purpose. It has a purpose for being here.
It must. Because it's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
Wrap on up. Wrap that on up. All right, y'all. Service Canada website is now asking, in the terms and conditions for us to agree to digital ID, will the Canadians wake up, and when? Thanks. So for those of you that are not Canadian, the Service Canada here is like the IRS. Yeah, in the States. Yeah.
Okay, so good girl. Thank you.
When you're ready.
Oof. I feel there's I hear like a rattling sound. And, you know, I think we've got to make some noise, Laura, to alert the sleepers that this is not a good thing.
Yeah.
To alert them, just to be like, whoa, no.
Yeah. And
it's another time for us to, like, we've got the year of the fire horse coming up, and I hear a lot of rattling. It's almost like they're going, and in my head, I'm hearing gates rattling and doors rattling and chains rattling, and like, we need to keep, like, just put this out there. And these, I want to say, the chains, the bars, the gates are so much less actually substance to them than they were 5 years ago when we first really got on board with all of this. It's almost like the suggestion, but people believing that they're real, or they're just walking right in and going, yep, I got to do this because it says so on the website. And so we need to really keep breaking that illusion with people and rattling those gates nonstop, so that even if there's a doubt, you know, if you talk to everybody, if we get up in arms about this, even if there's a doubt in the sleepers' minds, they might be like, well, I don't know if this is good. I've heard a lot to say it isn't. So, you know, I might not just click the box and agree. Maybe I'll say, I disagree for now. Right? So we need to slow down that illusion and keep rattling, is what I'm hearing.
Thank you for the clarification on that.
Oh,
They're all
look, it's the same card.
they're all tied in, the big old buggers, but yes.
Mhm. Look at this. Same card.
Same card. Feeling it.
Mhm. Whoa. We have to, now is the time to make a big old riotous ruckus fuss. Because
Yeah, we've been kind of holding back, strategizing, recalibrating.
Mhm.
Interesting, though, that Six of Wands.
We just have to keep holding it back. You know, if there's enough pushback, they back down, right? This is how deep state has always worked. They throw it out there, and you know, they did that a lot with the, remember there was that big thing about maids here in Canada. I mean, they're still going ahead with the maids program, which is basically the assisted suicide program. But there was
so many people.
But there was a few really big statements that were made like a couple of years ago, and there was massive pushback across the board. And then they retracted it and said, oh, no, it's nowhere near. We're not at that place. And they totally scaled back on that agenda.
Well, it's not good news for those that rely on pension funds to pay the bills and buy food. Well, look at that outcome, though. That looks good.
Look at the outcome, though, everybody.
Yeah.
It, like, we could see your question was, when are the sleepers going to wake up? This is close.
Common.
The sun this coming year, the year of the fire horse. Look at the two white horses
in there. Yeah.
It's coming. So we've got to make some noise right now. You know, it's like pots and pans. Get out there and make some noise. Yes. Make some noise, everybody. Look at the fire here. We could really have an exposure to this within the next 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like dropping little hints for the next 6 months, and over that time, it's just going to be
the next 6 weeks, really drumming it up. And then within 4 months, you know, if they get, what I'm hearing is, if they get less than 40% people that go along with this, who acquiesce to this, they will pull it back. So we just got to keep the momentum going here. Six of Wands is, we're winning, but we're only at 60%. We need that other 40, the Four of Wands over here. So we have to keep the noise. I'm hearing the truckers with the horns blasting. Like, we have to keep going and not stop. So
then what is our best way to communicate this? What is our best way to, rattle?
Well, I mean, we've got, these are our advice cards. So creative, so much creativity. And again, it says it's creating the shadow of doubt. Okay, digital IDs with, what is it, face recognition software, or fingerprint software, or whatever it's going to be, right? But at the same time, people are getting very savvy about how much fraud there is in the digital world, right? We're hearing, like that show that you were telling me that you watched, where it's coming out in the media, where pop culture is going, ooh, like you could have people faking being you, and they could create a whole digital ID and have AI design your fingerprint and do all this stuff.
Yep.
And the more we get, so any of those kind of pop culture little videos or movies, or like share that all over social media, get people thinking about how the more we step away from real physicality, right? Like the more we step away from having okay, this is my driver's license. Yes, I could have faked it.
But the thing is, I'm sorry, the thing is that you can show them all day long how this isn't going to frickin' work for you and this is scary stuff. But what do they do about that? This
Well,
is where we're always getting to.
They say, no, they basically, they say, I don't want to do it because I watched a movie and they said,
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, look at they're being asked on the Service Canada site to sign up for digital ID, and then some people are afraid if they're going to lose their pension and stuff like that. And what you're saying is that it's a bit of a fake.
mm-hmm.
It's possibly a bit of a fake out.
Yep.
And so what is this a way that like those of us that have the awareness can choose differently and lead the way in how that goes?
I'm really curious to see. I feel like they are, if people retaliate, they will. It's sort of like, when you go to buy something online, and if they give you the sales pitch and you click at the end, no thanks, then they come back with oh, well, we'll give it to you half price. And then if you click again, no thanks, then they'll give you oh, well, we'll give it to you 75% off, right? It's that. I think that it will be tailor-made to how people respond. So let's say you are someone who's on a pension, you are, an elder or whatever it is, and you say, I can't do this because I'm afraid, or I am not tech savvy, or I like, just delay. And then if they try to sort of, I think it will be interesting. We need to collect evidence on what happens if people delay. What happens if they say, I can't do it? Will they get, okay, well, you can have an extension to figure that out. It seems as though if we push underneath the carpet a little, there's nothing there. If you push back even a little bit, of course, we've gone down this rabbit hole about tax too, right? Like, if we all have to determine where we stand on that spectrum, but even a small amount of pushback is going to clear. Like, you'll be given time. There will be extensions granted. So tell everybody that, don't just click the box to agree. Say, I can't because blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't have a computer. Like, I had to borrow someone's computer. I can't do this, or whatever. Like, don't click the box is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this with, like, look at this, so good, right?
It looks so excellent. Good. It looks excellent. And
210. Hey, John. It's like this is coming. This is a last ditch effort to bully us into something. There's nothing underneath this.
It's a privacy issue. Once permission is given, then who else gets the information? Scam for sure.
And all people have to do is say, is this a scam? If literally,
I don't trust it. I've been scammed before. Yeah. Like, nope.
Yep. Just say, like, I'm scared because, and fill in the blank with any number of 100 different things, or 10 of 100 different things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
just say no.
Say no.
channel your inner Nancy Reagan and just say no. Yeah, and in not being afraid that they're going to stop your payments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they say things like, if you don't click yes, agree, there could be delays in your payment. Could be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Keep your right to who gets your info.
absolutely.
Do we have one more card there?
Sure. Yep. So protection, privacy.
Yeah.
Privacy is going to be, and
they're going to hand it out to you like, ooh, look at this thing. It's going to be so easy.
Mhm.
Like, jump on board. And you're like, not signing up. I'm good. I got what I need here.
Yeah, all you have to do is say, I'm scared that this is a scam.
So
and it'll be.
Laura says, I was asked by a Canadian life insurance company who is paying me because of my injury to apply for CPP benefits, and I'm 47. I'm still waiting for my second surgery. I declined it. And after saying no, you still get your payments.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The system is automated, and it's, again, there's so many levels of appeal, and there's so many ways that you could claim that you aren't ready, that you don't feel safe, that you're scared, that you're this, that. And it's like, if there's a big wave of response that says that, they're going to go, okay, they can't tackle every one of those cases. And if they just stop making payments, there will be riots in the streets. So it's a fake out. It's a fake out.
And we got to just keep talking about it. All of us. Yeah. All of us. Yeah. Just say no. All right, here we go. On to another reality. Are the deep space telescopes actually in deep space? What about all the satellites that are being launched every year for the last several decades?
Are they even real?
Are they even real?
Ooh, I'm getting chills, Angela. Yeah. Great question. Yeah.
Okay. Are the deep space?
Uh-oh.
Yep. You better go get the cord, and then we'll just have to switch to the mic. Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I didn't plug the computer in.
Just go before it dies. This is the life of online show business, people. If we cut out, we'll be back. Okay. Deep space telescopes.
Okay.
We're back.
No
problem.
Deep.
My question above that one disappeared.
Huh. Okay.
My question about that one disappeared.
Look at this. It almost looks like satellite dishes.
Let me find it, my dear.
I'm going to tune in with this question about satellites, telescopes, deep space. Well, because of, a lot of what I was saying as well, Angela, that I'm leaning more and more into the belief that what we think is deep space is interdimensional space, and that a lot of this is like a holographic projection. So Crystal, will you shuffle on this topic too? Or are you busy doing something else?
Um,
I'll just shuffle on it. I'll shuffle on it.
yeah, sorry, I'm looking for Suzanne. I don't see, you're right, it did disappear. And we also have another question that was before that one. So my bad. So we'll do, there's so many today. We'll do the one that we're on right now, and then Silver Spruce had one. We'll get to that one as well and carry on.
This is the one.
And then Laura N7T, about your cat slug, if you can make it onto my Beyond Karma show this afternoon, I'd be happy to answer that question for you, as well as the final question in here that I'm seeing that just came up about sorry y'all.
Okay, are the deep state telescopes really in deep space? Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, for one, if you notice, Angela, there's no major arcana here. So if we were looking at an actual physical space, I would see that there would be something like the Star card or the World or the Hermit, something to indicate, you know, the Hierophant. Maybe a like Ace of Pentacles or an Ace of Wands or an Ace of Swords, like a Yes card. So we've got all wands. Well, we've got these two are wands and cups. No major arcana here. So to me, this is looking more like a gateway. This is a gateway or a... It feels like they've identified how to tap in to dimensional space, like a this to me feels like a portal. So it's, I don't think it's in physical space. I think it's at a dimensional portal. And it's a lot more about frequency. It could even be a sound portal with all of this. Look at that 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfilled. King of Wands, knowing how to channel energy through a portal, through frequency. The Alchemist, the 2 of Cups here.
Yeah, and almost working with off-worlders or that which is in the other. It's like working on two sides of the portal, right? Working with...
Yes, and we're going to call it, instead of off-worlders, we're going to call it interdimensional.
Yeah, interdimensional beings.
So,
yeah,
like, we've learned how to work with frequency portals of interdimensional connection, but it's all done here on Earth, is what I'm being shown. Yeah. And even like what we see in the sky, they are moving at some atmospheric level, but it's not as far out as what they're
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no major arcana here.
None.
Yeah.
None. No major arcana. Now, major arcana signify, you know, much more impactful, large, yeah, like they have major influence, major energy, major potency. None. So is this a major thing that's out in what we call literal space? Or is this something that is earthbound and directed through interdimensional frequency portals? And
The satellites, the space telescopes particularly,
mhm,
right? What about
almost like
smaller satellites?
they use some kind of mirrors or something.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling with this, that it's like some sort of a mirror reality,
Whoa.
right?
Mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
They're using mirrors. And we know that mirrors are portals.
Hubble.
Yeah.
What about the smaller satellites? Can we pull a few more on that?
Mm-hmm.
Another portal card.
Another portal card. Again, they're again, it's within the atmosphere of Earth. It's not outside of our atmosphere, but it's right on the edge. It feels to me like this has to do with weather, with the weather manipulation as well. Because look at all to me, there's something to do with water. And again, now we're in we're in your
water portals.
Water portals. Crystal's always talking about water portals. So it's interesting because we're looking at inside the Earth through the oceans or the water portals. Woof. We all know. This is where we end up, right? Funny, I'm seeing the lions. So in fact, there's 3 lions here. Look, there's the lion on this throne, there's the lion here, and then there's the lion here with the alchemy. So the age of Leo, we have technology that was developed in the age of Leo, which relates to the Sphinx time, the original Sphinx, which was a lion head, where there was development on how to work with these interdimensional portals. And that technology has always been with us since then. And there's something to do with even electricity and magnetism and mirrors and water. So I don't understand the physics of it all, but yeah, it's been around for quite a long time. So if we look at the age of Leo, and we've just finished the age of Pisces. So that means the age of Leo was 12,000 years ago. Am I right? Someone correct me. What's the age of Leo? Because I think we go 2,000 years all the way back around. So, Leo and Aquarius, right? I think it was 12,000 years ago because it's 6. Yeah, that's it. 12,000 years ago is when we started working with this. We got the technology to work with these portals.
Last one, and then we'll blast it up here.
Another water.
Another water.
Doom, doom, doom.
Well, interesting too, because I mean, what was the first mirror? Water. Right? That was the first reflective surface that we ever were able to, see that in water, crystals. So there's definitely, I think that we're not just sending them up. I think we're definitely sending them down to something happening.
It's what we see. I mean, I do believe there are things up in the upper atmosphere, but not outside Earth's atmosphere. And then there's also this mirroring going on with the telescopes. So that's where we got to.
I'm gonna hide this. Cassandra has jumped on. Welcome, Cassandra. Congratulations on completing some of your video. Please go ahead and post the link for everyone that is curious to check it out. And happy that you were able to pop on at all, and look forward to catching that when we can. Now, there was Shannon. We thank you. I see that. We will, if you can come on to our Down the Rabbit Hole show, post it up there. We will definitely get to it right up near the beginning. Carry it on over. I see that you have asked to do so. So right on. And this one was the last one that came in before everybody else's. So
Memory wipeout when we reincarnate. If we've been here for hundreds or more lifetimes, why do we have to keep learning the same lessons? Good question.
This is a great exit question.
It
so
is a
yeah,
great exit question. Like,
yeah.
huh?
It's so good, man. Thank you, everyone, because you bring such potent questions here. Powerful, potent questions, and we really appreciate the conversations that they bring forth. So, what's the reason for the memory wipe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, YouTube censored you? Yep. Sorry to hear that. YouTube.
You know, I want to say the first thing that comes to mind, silver spruce, is that what they say about, you know, when women say they forget the pain of childbirth after the baby's born. That's like a memory wipe. I wonder why that happens. I wonder why we forget. And I wonder if we have more forgetting because of all the trauma in this last, you know, 8 to 10,000 years. The more trauma, the more we forget, is what I'm hearing. It's like, because there's a lot of pain, and if we remembered, it would be so terrifying to come back in and remember all the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I heard as soon as I took in the essence of your question. I heard it's like childbirth, where we forget until we're back in it, and then we're like, oh, right, this is going to be, well, let's see what the cards say. You know, it's interesting because I do get that we have some choice about the degree of forgetting or remembering, and it's based on how useful remembering is going to be for us. Because look at that. That's the very practical little page. Like, if it's useful, we'll have more memory. And if it's, so I guess, interesting, 6,000 years, it's been less and less useful. I want to see if this pain comes up.
Karmic. Mm-hmm.
I guess also we would avoid karma, because if we remembered, we'd be like,
oh, nice.
Right? If we remembered, we'd be like, oh no.
No. We doing that again.
Kind of have to step back in to carry on the lesson to complete. Yeah.
Oh, we have to learn how to strategize through our lessons as well. We need to learn how, like, if we had all our memories, we would just be kind of coasting. Like, we need to learn how to navigate humanity.
Well, and it's interesting because the more we request, this is where things like prayer and intuitive guidance and meditation come in, because we actually have access. And again, it's funny because in a way this goes back to that first question about the RH negative, where, you know, it's on a practical as required sort of trajectory. So as it becomes, I believe that we're heading into the next 6 or 7,000 years, we're going to regain a lot of our memory when we come back in, because it's actually going to be useful. We will know how to work with it and not just bypass the responsibility of the karma. Yeah. It does. There is, it's interesting. They're saying, it's almost as though the higher self is saying, when we see you handling what you do know well,
We'll give you
then
more.
we'll give you more.
Yes.
Because the Four of Cups is kind of like being closed off and kind of like, yeah.
We need our intuition to develop so we can get through the things that need to be overcome. Yeah, I mean, that's just it, right? The more that we work on all of this, work with our karma, work with the tools that we have developed and discovered thus far, that the more gifts we will receive.
Whoa.
Interesting.
So yeah, it can be we could become very, if we're not healed, the ego is still running the show. This could become dangerous. People could use their past life knowledge to manipulate and hurt each other, to exact revenge or whatever, like it could become really kind of a not so nice scene. And that it's like we're going to be given the information as the ego is healed, so that we don't use it to create more negative karma. Yeah.
Definitely.
As the kitty walks by the
As
window.
the kitty joins us. Hi, kitty.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we are to become light beings.
Mhm.
It's going to be a journey where it's a long game thing.
It's a long game thing.
It's a long game thing.
So I hope that helps. Hope that answers it a little bit. It helps me have a bit more sense of it.
Yeah. Why do we keep learning the same lessons?
So I don't know that we're learning the same lessons. It feels like we're picking up where we left off and going further along each time.
I speak to that a lot when I'm in my coaching with my clients, that they're like, oh, why do I have to keep learning this, or I've done so much work on myself, why does this keep happening? I thought I learned this already. And you did. And at the same time, that was the old you. And the new up-leveled version of you is ready to glean more from that type of lesson. It's there. We are continuously upgrading through discomfort. We're continuously, because our egos are wanting to run the show, and we're continuously learning how to let go of ego, let go of attachment, let go of control, by having these lessons kind of come and kick us in the butt a little bit. Like it's and we want to remember so bad, because we know, especially those of us that are waking up, we know how capable we are. And it's like, oh, why didn't I know this sooner? But we weren't meant to. And if we consider how far advanced we are from other beings that we are around us, or than more advanced than the NPCs or whatever it is, then we are remembering a lot. So
definitely. And that's going to continue to increase. So as the ego, well, I always say, big ego, small magic, small ego, big magic. Similarly, big ego, small remembering, small ego, big remembering. So as we, heal and process the karmic shadow, it's safe for those memories to emerge more and more frequently. They're more useful, and we will be able to put them to good use.
That's beautiful to hear.
Thanks.
May we continue to heal and remember together. Yeah. Another showdown.
Wee-wee.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Yeah.
We've gone a little over, and it was really lovely to have you on the journey. Yeah.
And if you are struggling to access your membership on the website, please direct message us.
Yeah. Suzanne is going to email if the payment doesn't go through by tomorrow. Great.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome.
And Cassandra, come on over to the website where we can really be working on all promoting each other there. It is exciting.
Definitely.
Bit by bit, we're all building and remembering together.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Have a most blessed week, everyone. Tune in with us next week over on Sending Ravens. Sending Ravens?
I don't
Tarot
even
by
know.
Janine.
Tarot by Janine.
Janine's YouTube channel. You'll know where
we
to
will
find
put
her.
a
I'm sure of
link
it.
as soon as we get the so you can come back and look at this video as soon as we get the go ahead from Janine and we've put the live link on. We'll put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's going to be sharing
Talking
it
about it too.
up on her end as well. So exciting. We're going to do another giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Giveaways.
Yep. More giveaways.
Yeah.
Merchandise.
Merch this time
Hopefully.
too. Yeah.
Hopefully our merchandise gets here by then.
Okay. Prayers and fingers, toes, and knees and toes crossed. Blessings, everyone. Until next time. Ciao for now.
Bye.
Have a beautiful